Good morning. This is going to be our being a writer lesson. So if you'll get your green book out. And anytime you have to go and grab your book, you can go ahead and pause this and just come right back. We're going to be on page 16 today and 17. Night Owls is page 16, so if you'll turn to page 16, Night Owls. And again, this might be a good time to pause if you don't have your book. Okay, page 16. We're going to read each group of words. We're going to circle C on the side if the sentence is complete, and we're going to circle I if it is not complete, incomplete. Now remember, sentences have two parts. They have the subject and the predicate, who and what do they do, and they need to have a capital and a period. Some birds stay awake all night. Some birds, and what do they do? Stay awake all night. So it's complete. I do see a capital and I do see an end mark, a punctuation, a period. So 2, leaves its home in the hollow of a tree. Leaves its home in the hollow of a tree. Now you need to see, does it tell you who and what they do? Circle C if it is correct or complete, and I if it's incomplete. 3, the owl hunts for food. The owl hunts for food. Does it tell you who and what they do? Who, do you get it? C if it's complete, and I if it's incomplete. And 4, it sees a moth. Does it tell you who and what they do? C for complete, I for incomplete. And if you'll do the same with 5, small animals on the ground. B, read each sentence. You're going to write S if it's a statement, Q if it's a question, E if it's an exclamation, or C if it's command. Pay attention to the punctuations at the end. It's a statement when it has a period. It's a question if it has a question mark, and E if it has an exclamation mark, and C if it's telling you to do something. Command is saying, shut the door. Please sit down. Okay? Number 1, walk outside on a hot summer night. Is it telling us something to do? Is it telling us to do something? Because if so, that's a command. I'm going to read the rest of them, and I'm going to have you just write the S, Q, E, or C. Walk outside on a hot summer night, number 1. That's a command because it's telling us to do something, so that's a C on the blank. Do you see tiny twinkling lights in the night sky? Write your answer beside what you think it is. The lights come from fireflies. Why do fireflies flash their lights? Number 5, they talk to each other that way. And 6, how beautiful the lights are. So if you would just fill in those with the correct answer. C, write a question about an animal that comes out at night. Find the answer and write it down. And you can pause me after each one of these questions so you can write. Okay, now I'm on page 17, The Fox and the Crow. You're going to read the sentences and add a period, a question mark, or an exclamation point to each one. Number 1, Crow perched on a tree branch with some cheese in her mouth. Period, exclamation mark, or question mark. 2, Fox wanted the cheese for himself. Period, question mark, or exclamation. How lovely you look with your fine feathers. How lovely you look with your fine feathers. Will you treat me to a beautiful song? Will you treat me to a beautiful song? 5, open your mouth wide and sing. Open your mouth wide and sing. Now, if you see a command in there, that's also just a period at the end. You may pause if you need to. Finish up A. Now we're on to B. Read the sentence pairs. You're going to join the sentences to make a compound sentence. Use and, but, or, and add a comma before it. Crow opened her mouth to sing. The cheese fell to the ground. Crow opened her mouth to sing, and then you're going to put a comma there and write, and the cheese fell to the ground. Crow opened her mouth to sing, and the cheese fell to the ground. So you're going to write that sentence just like that. Instead of the period, you're going to put a comma, and then you're going to say and. And the word the will not be capitalized then. Number 2, was Fox kind? Was he tricky? Number 2, was Fox kind, comma, and decide if you want to say, and was he tricky? Or was Fox kind, comma, but was he tricky? Or Fox was kind, comma, or was he tricky? And write the complete sentence with a comma. Three, Crow was smart. Fox fooled her. Crow was smart and Fox fooled her. Crow was smart, but Fox fooled her. Or Crow was smart or Fox fooled her. You'll just write the complete sentences on the line underneath. And the last thing today is C. Write one sentence to tell the lesson that Crow learns. All right. I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.